welcome to Pod Return to the Wicking Sands. We are a Final Fantasy XIV companion podcast where we explore the lore and story of Hydaelyn and beyond. My name is Jen, and I'm joined by my co-host and researcher.
Nice inhale, Jen. Or should I say, ginhale? Nice exhale.
Thank you.
I'm Levi.
Hi, Levi.
Hi. Today, Jen, we are doing some MSQ. We are concluding the patch 3.1 MSQ.
That is right, Levi. Today, we're going to do the thing you just said.
Thank you.
Yep.
So, what happened last time?
Last time, we're trying to find our friend, Thancred. And to do that, so there's something other than, so Y'shtola has asked a friend from Sharlayan, one of the students of Baldesion, to help us in our search for the missing Scions. And so we meet Kryl for the first time. And she has a particular set of skills, but she can't really use them very good unless she has Master Matoya's crystal eye to use.
That's pretty rude.
I mean, she herself indicated her limitations.
Her skills are talking to creatures and knowing stuff, not divining Y'shtola's forbidden teleportation either trail. This is a stretch, and she is rising to... Well, the spell is Y'shtola's, is what I meant. So, but she's rising to the occasion despite this not being her
She has a theory about how to find Thancred, and she's putting it to
That is far more
practice.
Charitable to Kryl.
I said she's a particular set of skills. But she's limited because she needs some sort of catalyst, and the crystal eye that Master Matoya has is such a catalyst. So we do that, and Kryl is able to determine maybe where Thancred ended up, sort of, maybe. And we go to speak to the people who work in the area to see if they've seen a white-haired Huron Midlander guy with knives.
This is some Lucia erasure.
Oh, that's right. I was like, something happened before, and I don't remember. Sir Emmerich wants to do like a public shaking of hands between man and dragon, like literally. And he wants us to ask Vidofnir if she'd be cool with that. And so he sends Lucia to be the emissary there. And so we make introductions between Lucia and Vidofnir. And Lucia's like, will you help us out? And Vidofnir's, I'll think about it. She's got to talk to Hrace Belger first. So that's where we leave that. And then we continue searching for Thancred.
Thank you, Jen.
I mean, you shouldn't thank me. That was actually a mess.
Actually a mess.
Actually.
Thank you, Jen.
It was kind of a mess. Like deadass, it was a mess.
We get to work asking about Thancred, using Alphino's fabulous sketches of him, a skill he picked up for some reason or another.
Ladies.
Or, as Kryl outed him for last time, for trying to pick up the ladies, as Jen described. Because ladies love an artiste.
If you're a lady of culture, yes.
Well, he only likes ladies of culture. I don't know. He seems kind of asexual, frankly. That's not true, actually. I mean, he has some serious foot and mouth coming up today, but after today, he does. He cannot be bothered with such things. He's here to save the realm.
Correct. Yeah.
He's got
back when
one
he was
lady.
Like 13.
That's Lady Hydaelyn. The planet, not the other Hydaelyn.
Spoilers? No.
Like the mother crystal we've talked to.
Yeah, okay, that's
we know Hydaelyn is a sentient entity, but the common person knows Hydaelyn as the planet.
The planet.
Yes, and Alphino does not have the echo.
Hack the planet.
Hug the planet.
Hug the...
That's what Alphino does. With diplomacy. Okay,
Great.
Anyway. It's going to be that kind of night, Jen, apparently.
This is... Yeah.
So we get to work with his fabulous sketches. They are fabulous. People in Tailfeather do recognize our mystery person, Thancred. Marsa Chomp comments that he heard a tale about a Huron vagabond who brought down a Bandersnatch by himself, and with style. That is Thancred-adjacent. Also, Grimold did see someone like this as well. A fellow who was not much of a hunter, making no effort to cover his tracks, That, and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. Very unhunter-like, possibly un-Thancred-like, but you got to make do sometimes when you appear naked in the wild.
Sure.
If you find an axe, you got to wield an axe.
Yep.
We reconvene with Alphino, Kryl, and Y'shtola, and they have heard similar reports. Plus, a tale about a Vath trader who came to Tailfeather looking for garments fit for a man of refinement. Definitely not Thancred.
Oh. I mean, if you were like, if I said a man of refinement, who do you think I would be referring to? To whom would I refer?
Of the Scion mans, it would be Urian J.
100%, yeah. Not Thancred.
Yeah.
I mean, smart dude, capable dude, street smart, refined? No.
So Y'shtola wonders, why would Thancred not fetch his own garments? Alphino is all too eager to volunteer his foot. If you recall, you yourself emerged from the life stream as naked as your name day. It is a scene I shall not soon forget.
Oh.
Is it now?
Oh.
Well, I was pleased to see you. Oh wait, let me try again.
Not like that. Not like
that. It was just facts. I'm just saying what happened.
I was happy to see you.
It was nice to see you. Anyway, let's go see those Vath right now.
I mean,
no more talking.
I mean, let's be real. Like, everybody in this game is asexual.
That Thancred is not, for sure.
You're right. He's like the one. He's the himbo.
Also, Y'shtola does get some hangers on too, so
that's later.
But the Scions,
but she is not interested.
The Scions are business, though.
We're all business. We got more important shit.
We do.
Yeah. Anyway.
We are going to go see those Vath.
So when we show the Vath storyteller Thancred's picture, he asks, "Oh, have you decided to move on from godly prey and start working on the humankind?" And we're like, "No, he's a friend. He's been missing." And storyteller's like, "Okay, good, cool, because he's actually a friend of ours too." A while back, this guy approached us, and he was clad only in skins, offering like meat in trade. And so they were like, "No problem, man." And so they tended to his wounds. They got him some clothes. And it was only just recently, like very recently, he left to Loth Ast Nath after hearing they summoned Ravana again. So, well, shit, I guess we're rushing over there in case they mean to make Thancred a sacrifice, if this person is indeed Thancred. So we rush in to the Nath village, and we see a man fighting with Ravana, but it's not Thancred. It's a Huron. He's clad in marauder gear, accompanied by 4 others. And this must have been the careless axe-wielding Hur the hunter in Tailfeather saw. And there's a strange familiarity with this group. It's like looking into a black mirror, you know? So there's a Rogadan paladin, a Lalafell white mage, an Elizan black mage, and a Huron bard. And practitioners of these styles and schools of magic don't grow on trees. What are they doing here? Fighting a primal. It's weird. So after Ravana goes down...
First off, the warrior, he ignores the fight mechanics. Ravana, who's hanging out in the open outside of his cool area, he does his reflect shield, and the warrior cleaves right through the don't attack me here shield. He's clearly fighting unsynced.
Clue number 1.
Fuck your mechanics. I'm just gonna fucking mash buttons.
Ooh.
But beyond that description that Jin put forth, these characters, these are a significant 5 characters for us to players if we have watched the A Realm Reborn FMVs. Yep. These are the 5 kind of iconic stand-ins for the Warrior of Lights or Warriors of Light before they kind of made us just be one Omna Warrior of Light, who are all wearing their job's artifact armor, and we have seen them in the FMV that is essentially saying, hey, these are the guys who tried to stop the calamity, and then were whisked forward by Louis Swa into the present day, and then they appeared in the forest and rode chocobos around while you saw some fun sights and heard cool music.
Yeah.
So we're like, why the fuck are these guys here? Because that has been metatextually assumed to be us. You know, we are those guys, but wait, they're also guys here. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. So there's like this moment of like uncanny valley. Like this whole scene, all of you people look really familiar Also, fighting primals is kind of like our job.
Yeah. Get off our fucking turf, assholes.
Yeah. So now we got like, jets and shark action going on.
Also, I guess to hammer in the other thing, the warrior who is like the leader of these guys, we see essentially him in
It's
like the
Meteor.
Heaven's Ward FMV.
Yeah.
It's what?
It's Meteor. It's Derplander.
Yeah, Derplander.
Yeah.
Meteor?
Meteor is the other name for him.
I've never heard that name referred.
Be online more. Just be online more.
I will not. That sounds terrible.
That'll handle so many of your problems.
That will not solve many problems. It will cause many problems.
No, it'll be fine. So, like, Ravana goes down. The warrior turns to us. And at that moment, both he and I were hit with an echo vision at the same time.
And Kryl.
Spoilers. So,
whatever.
Yeah. I mean, basically, we all kind of see the same thing. So we see the 5 of these mystery people. They're in just like a dark expanse, and they're confronting an Ascian at what seems to be the end of a long battle.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Scions forever.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Scion. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not.
Their world? Is it the same as our world? The Ascian's voice, not familiar. We've heard a number of these voices.
Back in reality, though, we are unnerved by the sudden appearance of these primal killers, but Alphino won't let that stop him from diplomatizing. Though Y'shtola, with her ether sight, warns us that the ether moves strangely around them. The warrior, he marks us personally as the warrior of light.
So you are the warrior of light. The savior of Eorzea. It's a wonder you didn't come sooner, what with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
And without further ado, they launch right into an all-out assault on us.
Yep.
The bard opens up with a hail of arrows, which
Rain of
Y'shtola
death.
blocks with a shield, but that is followed up by everyone in the party getting their moment in the sun to own one of our Scions crew.
Yeah, Paladin rushes in, knocks Y'shtola on her ass. The Black Mage unleashes a Fire 4. I looked up the graphics for all of those, and I'm like, I think it's Fire 4. Rather than like Foul or Flare. I don't know, could be one of those. It's a big ball of something. Anyway, so we're all just like knocked back, and this is fucked up now.
And our character, we are caught flat-footed. After everyone in our team gets owned, we're like, all right, time to get to work. And we prepare to face down the warrior, but Thancred finally makes his entrance in a very cocksure way from up high. He is way up on some ropey vath material strung between 2 hives.
Rigging.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
Or ropey vath material.
I struggled also. I'm like, what is he fucking standing on?
It's just like
it's rigging.
Organic matter, It's just like the goo that binds.
Yeah.
That aside, he is dressed in some raggedy-ass clothing with a black band wrapped over one eye, so he's been blinded clearly. Thancred down one eye.
Obviously, yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
He whips out a series of throwing daggers, forcing the warrior into retreat as they thunk at his feet. Then Thancred leaps down to engage with his sword.
The two are pretty well matched. So we've got warrior guy, mystery guy, and like what is probably Thancred fighting each other.
How is it not Thancred?
Just shut up, all right? He looks very different. He's got a fucking rat tail, for heaven's sake. So they're fighting, and it's very well balanced fight. Which says a lot about the other guy. So there's a moment of pause between them when they kind of like they're reassessing. The white mage from the other group walks up, and she just gives warrior guy a look like, okay, that's good enough. We got to go. And so warrior guy is like, all right, you know what? Mark well our faces, warrior of light, for we are the warriors of darkness, walkers of a different path, and we shall meet again. And then they all teleport away. And Kryl is like, Warriors of Darkness? Really? She says it just like that. And I
Just
laughed.
like that.
I laughed so much.
Yeah.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
All right, edgelords.
So then this white-haired man with a rat tail
It's Thancred.
and
He's
a
got,
goatee.
he kept you waiting,
It's
huh?
Thancred. I'm like, like the warrior of darkness trails his axe and he's charging Y'shtola, and it's like it's so close to death, and suddenly there's daggers like pew pew pew. They fire into the ground, and he stops in his tracks, and we all look up, and there's a man with white hair and a rat tail and a goatee.
Thancred.
He has a goatee now.
He's done some things.
Yeah, I don't
He's
have
been
time to
places.
shave on the battlefield.
We move, though, to retreat from here before the Nath take their vengeance upon us.
Yeah,
and also
they start making
Kryl
like bug sounds.
she's overwhelmed because she can understand them. She, with her echo powers, is just kind of driven a bit mad by their incessant hive mind chittering. Just like that. Thank you, Jen. Way to nail it. So, in safety, Thancred recounts his naked arrival and shock at Y'shtola's use of forbidden teleportation magics. And then we get a couple stills from his Final Fantasy XIV spin-off survival horror game that he played, starting from nothing and having to forage for food and clothes from local beasts.
So this is great. So he's like, all right, I'm going to share. So he starts sharing his experience. Like, all right, so I emerged from the live stream and naked is my name day and blah, blah, blah. So we're showing like sepia toned snapshots from his moments when he's fashioned daggers out of obsidian and, he's fighting things. And in these pictures, obviously he's naked, but there is a very well positioned nutkin
right in front of
his nutkins.
Wow, way to say it outright, Jen.
I was like, of all the little creatures they could have used to censor his junk, they used a nutkin, and I thought that was
There's
delightful.
a future slide with, I believe, the Bandersnatch from earlier with the nutkin like freaking out.
Yeah, like, but covering his stuff.
While Thancred is going to town on that Bandersnatch. He explains that he decided to stay put here and hope that we would come to him because there is a primal here. So he's like, if there's a primal, there will be Scions, so he may as well lie in wait for them versus
they will come
looking
to
for
me.
you. Yeah.
And we did.
We also discussed the Warriors of Darkness a little, wondering, who are they? Where do they come from? Where do they go?
Who am I? What am I?
Do they have the echo to be able to slay primals? And how have the Scions not heard of a band of primal killers before? All questions to which we have no answer.
And Elfino is super not interested in discussing things we know nothing about.
We got to get to Ishgard.
Yeah, because Ravana's dead. So now Vidofnir has no excuse.
So we go back to Enix Trine on the way out and tell Vidofnir that Ravana is dead, and so now the dragons can focus on those peace talks. And for her part, she has consulted her sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth she wrapped herself in a dream. Yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought. For justice she sinned. For redemption she sacrificed and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for weal, be it for woe. Such is the folly and glory of man and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, says Vidofnir, and we have made it. We will keep the faith with you who walk in light. Which means yes.
Too long, didn't read. Yes, we will do the thing.
With that, we go back to Ishgard to give the happy news. But there is an unhappy event.
Yeah, I forgot in my notes where this cutscene happened.
Right now.
So, yeah, we cut to the streets of Ishgard.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another. Honorable men, to whom Sir Emmerich was no hero but a scheming patricide. Honorable men who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood. Honourable men, whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
Sir Emmerich, Count Edmont, and Lord Artoirel are walking and talking. And a man, like a peasant man, seems kind of drunk. Well, he sees them and then starts to approach them, acting in a, like, I'm a poor, downtrodden man, and brushes up against Sir Emmerich, and the two stop and share a look for a hot second, and Sir Emmerich looks down and realizes he's been stabbed in the gut. And he collapses, and Artoirel immediately chases after the assassin, and Lord Edmont stays with Sir Emmerich. So that happened.
So that just happened. So now we arrive in Ishgard, and Thancred seems a bit distracted. And Alphino is like, "Are you okay?" And Thancred's like, there's a lot to digest here. Ishgard, the Dravanians, all of the still missing Scions. Because before we left the Dravanian Forelands, Alphino mentioned something like, Kryl was like, I'm going to go, you guys go to Ishgard, I'm going to go back to Master Matoya's and see what we can find about Minfilia. And Thancred was like, whoa. Minfilia's missing? I thought she escaped with you. And we're like, it's a long story. Alphino was like, I'll explain it to you on the road. So, he knows that each of these problems will be dealt with in their own. Y'shtola was like, it's okay, man. I know it's a lot, but we're going to deal with everything. He's like, I know we will. It's more like, I wasn't there when all of the good shit happened. When, like, the Dragon Song War ended, I wasn't there to, like, revel in the positivity. And so now that I'm here, it seems like Ishgard is actually, like, kind of fucked. The mood here is bad. The vibes are off. So we all head to the congregation. Well, to be fair to us, there never was much reveling because the BS never stopped from on high.
There was a brief moment there immediately after when all of the city-states came together and the grand companies welcomed Ishgard back into the fold. So, like, if anything, that would have been the moment, and Thancred would have been like, we did it! But then, it all goes to shit pretty much
Emmerich,
immediately.
It was not the clergy who were likewise celebrating, at least not some of the clergy.
Yeah, so. No. There was still something.
There was a moment.
He didn't get to fight anybody. He was naked in the forest.
You got to fight Bandersnatches.
That seems less fun.
And the Warrior of Darkness. More than we did.
So, God, I don't think I can see anything about that yet, because spoilers, but yeah. Maybe I do. When I saw this guy, I'm like, oh, it's the guy from the trailers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's
that's the mindfuck of it. It's like, why is this guy here? Like,
yeah. Is this the future you were blipped into and you just arrived from the past, from the calamity? And now we have to battle for turf? Like, what is happening?
It's threatening in a meta sense, which does not touch our characters at all because
Correct.
They're not aware of that stuff. So that's extra weird.
And it's like, we immediately would have wanted to bring those people into the fold of the Scions, but they, like, all they want to do is try to kill us? What is happening? What the fuck?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a bit of a fuck.
We took their turf, Jin. We're the imposter.
Right? You know what?
And they're here to take it
back. They
back.
Technically were here first. I mean, we existed at the same time. We were just green. And then we've spent the past 5 years coming
up. We came
to
the world from the character creation screen, fully grown, fully clothed. Unless you're a Viera.
God, those shoes are fucking impossible. Fran shoes are fucking impossible. They're like the Louboutin Kates, which is actually an impossible heel height. Anyway, okay, so we're at the congregation to give Lucia the good news about Vidofnir, and she's like, oh, thank God. Good news is really needed right about now. Alas, the way she says this is fucked. She's like, too bad Sir Emmerich isn't here to hear it. And Alphino was like, oh, is he busy? And we're all expecting her to be like,
actually,
he's
because
dead.
He's fine. He is busy.
He is busy, and Hilda's here. And Hilda's like, yeah, he's busy sleeping off a knife to the gut. And we're like, ugh. What the fuck? Is he okay? And like, yeah, he's fine.
This moment is friction point for me in this otherwise enjoyable patch. The scene is put forth very dramatically, but there's like no consequence. It's like, meanwhile in Ishgard, here's like a snapshot of the vibe, but the act has no meaning to it because we know with all the conjury and white magic and so on, we can heal people who are not dead. Fine. No physical factor, but also it does not match the weight of the scene where it zooms out as Arturel.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, Lord
it's raining.
Edmont
it's
is, yeah.
dark. The streets
Emmerich
are empty.
is like in a fetal position, clutching his chest, and it's like, oh no, I'm fine.
This is it's very cinematic.
It bounces back too quickly to mesh with the gravity of the scene.
Totally. And I wish they had kind of milked that. I feel like, though, when I played this the first time, I probably was like, oh shit, he might die.
Yes.
And so when Lucia, she's just like chilling in the congregation like nothing. She's not like at the table with her head down, or there isn't like a flurry of activity because Sir Emmerich is at the brink of death or anything like that. Everybody's just chilling where the Handaloop's there. Everybody's just chilling. But the first thing out of her mouth is like, it's too bad Sir Emmerich isn't here to hear about this. I'm like, and Alfino was like, oh, is he like in a meeting or something? And immediately, there's no tension whatsoever. Hilda's like, nah, he's taking a nap. He got stabbed, like, whatever.
Next game group Jin, I'm going to be like, hey, everyone, it's too bad Jin can't make it today. Because she's running late.
There's an update on Jen. I'm sorry.
I got bad news about Jen.
Yeah.
She'll be 2 minutes late.
Such bullshit. Sir Emmerich, he's recovering. He will make a full recovery. But if the Fortemps men hadn't been there,
yes,
different story, which is fair, which is true.
Yeah.
All right. So Hild says that there's basically bedlam in the streets, and I feel like I've been using that word a lot lately, bedlam, but it is totally appropriate. Fires have been set all over, mostly in the Broom, and casualties are piling up. They can barely keep on top of the arson, let alone run after the assassins' cohorts, who are also the arsonists. So she asks for our help in rounding them up. And since the fires are happening from Foundation to the Pillars and everywhere in between, Lucia has a split into two groups. Alfino and Y'shtola will investigate in Foundation, and Hilda and I will go to the Pillars. Oh, they'll love me up there, she says. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose over there be joining us? And Thancred then introduces himself as a scion of the Seventh Dawn. And there I was, thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. Girl, you're an illustrious personage. Are you kidding? Like, you're a legend. But before we start running all over a town, Thancred suggests that we find, like, the one person who knows stuff they shouldn't know. You know, every town's got one of thems. So we suggest the young Emanuelaine, unrequited lover of women and wine and known gossip.
Frankly, I would not put this in Emanuelaine's wheelhouse.
No.
Upper society stuff, absolutely, but arsonist from the Broom,
no.
Like
black market, underbelly, crime dealings.
No.
Absolutely not. Though, I mean, in the end, it may have been a solid way to go about it because these orders did come from the top. So,
yeah.
But I don't think he travels in those circles, frankly. So anyway, Emanuelaine, as usual, is hanging out with his bro Honorwa at the Crozier. And I mean, the only information he says a lot, but the only information of value, quote unquote, he offers is that there's a large gathering of refugees at the Hoplin now that they've opened the vault to those who have lost their homes. He offers to accompany us and inquire with some of the young maidens, perhaps. And we give him a look, and he's like, oh, you wound me. Fine. If it makes you feel better, I rescind the offer. You can go off, and I won't talk to any young maidens. And Thancred's like, well, that wasn't helpful at all.
If pressed, like, I think it's a side dialogue bit, but he will say he actually has eyes for one thorny rose only.
He does say that. It's not a side thing, but yeah, he's like, I only have eyes for one rose.
I don't actually, because your eyes go every which way, but
right? I'm like,
understood.
he's committed to that one. Leniette, I think is her name. Yeah, the Camp Cloudtop woman who was like, get away from me, oh my god.
Yes.
He'll get older and I don't know, we'll see. Thancred decides we should change tack. This didn't really work out. He was like, whose idea was this? I'm like, oh, it was mine, I'm sorry. So he and Hilda will investigate the areas where the fires were set. Ship. And then we will question the refugees. So we go up to the Hopland and we do the requisite talk to 3 people thing. The first person we talk to is a girl. I think we've spoken to her before on some quest. Meili.
Yeah. She looks familiar. I couldn't tell you offhand.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Apparently we were around when she like hurt her arm doing something because she's like, my arm's a lot better now. I'm like, oh yeah, totally remember that. So it was just like, yeah, the fires are bad and we had to come here because of the fires. And then we speak to a priest who's up here, and there's a little mini cutscene of this priest. 2 refugees approach him while we're standing there, and they're like, man, we've heard so many stories of, you know, the Dravanians, and we don't know who to believe. And the priest is like, you know what? Don't listen to the liars, okay? You follow your heart, and et cetera, et cetera. And he ushers them into the vault. And that gave me a little bit of a pit in my stomach because he was very ready to be like, don't listen to the people spouting heretical nonsense, okay? The church is here for you. And then we talked to another person, same like arson, right? It's a bummer. So when we all reconvene, Thancred ponders about some of the clues that they gathered about the fires. With setting fire to people's homes, the arsonists were on point, not a problem, devastation. But when it came to, for example, setting a fire at the tribunal or setting a fire at St. Romano's Cathedral, they could only muster superficial damage at worst. You know, that's a bit of a head tilt. Surely Alfino will have an opinion. We head to the Broom to meet up with Alfino and team. They have a suspect in custody. Yes, this is like a middle-aged, low-born Elizin. He's handcuffed on the floor, loudly denying any involvement, claiming to be a victim of all things. So Thancred kind of gives him a once-over and he kneels next to him and he's like, ooh, you reek of oil. And are those burn marks on your hand? Huh. He stands up. Well, you should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but then these high-born types really do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you rabid and begged us to put you down. So now the man is defiant and pinning the blame on that guy. No, he told me to do it. It was his idea the whole time. Yes, the man said, talking about his pious patron, that I could earn my salvation through the Fury's work. He came to me. And with that, we have a confession and a confirmation that this bullshit has been orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. So we return to the congregation to consider our next steps. So while there, Lord Artoirel arrives with some salve his father requested. Apparently, Count Edmont has kind of been at Sir Emmerich's bedside.
These have weird vibes too. It's like he comes up with a salve, and like if it were anyone else but Artoirel, this is very suspicious with you coming in with this weird jar.
Yeah.
But it's
salve.
True. It's straight up.
Like, all right.
God, the vibes of the scene are so off, though.
It's just basically a way to... It's jumping off point. So now we can talk about Artoirel.
I'm aware, Jen. The way he presents himself and him coming here kind of out of nowhere feels very
like, whoa,
off. Like, what is in that jar? What are you doing here?
Yeah. So he leaves to give the salve to his dad. And Alfino notices that he looks dispirited. And Lucia's like, that's not surprising. Count Edmont is being widely slandered, and his half-brother is not yet cold in the ground. But she pulls us back to our task, finding out who ordered the arsons. So no doubt there are myriad groups within Ishgard, conservative religious groups that are desperate to preserve the status quo. And Thancred asks, are there any names that come to mind? And then the doors to the congregation slam open and Sir Emmerich strides in and he's like, yeah, there's a ton. Though it is clear that he's still feeling the pain of his stab wound. And Lucia's like, what are you doing? You have wounds. And he's like, it's fine. So with the apprehension of the arsonist, Sir Emmerich believes that the people behind the unrest will resort to drastic measures at this point. And soon. And just then, a temple knight bursts into the room in a panic, saying that a group of armed men have taken the refugees hostage within the vault. The True Brothers of the Faith, capital TBF, have sent the following demands. Assemble the conclave to select a new archbishop immediately, and have Sir Emmerich surrender himself on charges of patricide and high treason. Well, neither of those things are happening, Edmont says. The rescue of the hostages will have to be done by force, considering their demands are completely insane. And Sir Emmerich is like, yup. And he directs Lucia to set up a perimeter of knights around the vault entrance. And we are all going into the vault again. Part 2. And Lord Artwarel volunteers to join. And Edmont is like, okay, man, please don't die.
Artwarel says, Jen, in a very concerning line, he says that...
my arm will not falter. My shield will not break.
Yes. And nobody clocks that as being...
I did.
Obviously,
problematic,
but
right? Yeah.
Nobody in the scene is like,
maybe
can
it's
you
just
not?
a really, it's a turn of phrase. Everybody in Ishgard says, my shield will not break, at least once a day. Good morning, Mom. My shield will not break. Yeah, but still,
yeah.
Prophetic?
No, not in this case. Spoilers.
Wow.
We begin a solo duty. This is kind of challenging.
It is kind of challenging.
We are not threatened personally, but the goal is not to defeat the other guys. It is to save the hostages.
And don't let Sir Emmerich die.
That too. And the timers on these are kind of slim.
Mm-hmm.
So we begin by fighting our way through the vault to the first hostage. When the loyalists or the TBFs are losing, they switch to DPS the hostage versus us. It's a bit of a race to defeat them before they take down the hostage, but for the first guy, not too bad. After they're defeated, we free the hostage and they're good to go. Deeper in, though, we run into a large group of enemies on the circular platform below the stairs. This is where the dungeon's first boss fight is. We exchange words for a moment until they get fed up with us and they order the vault's guardians to be unleashed upon the hostages. So we leave Sir Emmerich to battle the enemy while we have to rush around the first floor, defeating clockwork knights before they kill the hostages. Jen, did you have any issues here?
Only for a moment, it's not clear where you are supposed to go. So there was a moment where I was kind of turning around. I'm like, where's the stuff? I got to do the stuff. So there's not a ton of signposting here. So this is, I think, where you're going to waste most of your time. I did end up finding... there's a refugee on the ground and there's the big knight mechanism golem guy wailing on the refugee. So you got to go interrupt that shit and then go across the vault and find another in a room that So this is where you could just kind of spend some time spinning around and wondering where the fuck you're supposed to go.
So for me, I clocked the still knights, the inactive knights on the way in. So I was like, oh, hey, there's guys over there. But they're fine for now. And then I went to the right when I came down the stairs from the upper area and found the first group of knights attacking the hostage there.
Yep.
And then from there, you can't see where to go, like you said.
Yeah.
But I had known that there were the knights over the other way, so I was like, let's go check that out instead. And when I got there, the hostage was down to 25% health already.
Ugh.
So I was playing Dark Knight right now, so less damage than a DPS character. There's no benefit to doing a tank here, frankly, because you're not being attacked. It is purely a DPS check.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I had it more slim than you, perhaps.
It was definitely more slim than mine.
But when I got to the other hostage, despite knowing roughly where to go, they were down to 25% already. So I had to step it up and get those guys off of them. If I had been confused, if I had missed that earlier, inactive knight signposting, I might have had some trouble.
Also, the guys were fighting, which is, they're basically like the old guard, but they have new uniforms. They look very strange. They're wearing outfits, they're wearing armor that is completely foreign to anything we've seen so far in Eorzea.
Those bastages.
Yeah, they're not wearing Knight's 12 armor, they're not wearing Temple Knight armor.
That's because they're out of the loop.
They're real,
Get out of here.
It's very different. So that's all.
While we're doing this, though, we can see Emmerich's health bar ticking down. So we have to finish up our business and get back to him before he is defeated. This was more generous. It was like halfway down, I think, when I headed back there. So not too bad. Jen just made a weird gesture.
Yeah, that was farther down than when I got back to Emmerich.
It's because I had less DPS,
Correct.
apparently.
Yep.
Great. We rush back and help him finish off his guys. Not too bad. At this point, we have achieved the mechanical victory, but the final hostage, a young boy, reports that the priest took his sister upstairs. So we give chase and find him up on the ramparts, threatening to throw her over the edge.
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
And the priest goes full manic. His face twists into an expression of pure malice that defies even Hildebrand animations.
Well, this is bad. Nobody here can fly.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah. So the people gathered below on the Hoplan, they look up and they see her falling. And Yasholah's down there and she's like, there's nothing she can do. There's no shield that she can just...
Or is there? She's thinking.
She's thinking. People are scrambling. We have no time. And, I mean, there's nothing that anyone can do until the last second, a dragon swoops in and catches this girl in midair. And it's Vidofnir. Incredible. She flies around, lands at the Hoplan, and the crowd of lowborn and highborn alike are standing in shock. And Vidofnir she's terrifying. She looks terrifying. The girl jumps off of Vidofnir's back and she runs behind Lucia and kind of peers out from behind her. And Lucia's like, "What's up, girl?" And Vidofnir's like, "Hello." And the little girl was like, "Thank you for saving me." And Vidofnir, this is a voice cutscene, and Vidofnir's voice is very regal. I'm not doing it any justice, but she says, "You're welcome." And then she sees us, Vidofnir sees us. She's like, "Oh, Warrior of Light, I have a message for you from Hraesvelgr. Nidhogg has called out to his brood, and they have taken wing to skies unknown. And we need to know this," she says, "because our fates are inextricably linked." And Alphino asks her, "Are we ever going to see Estinian again? Is Estinian just lost to us at this point?" And Vidofnir says, "That's not anything I can know." And she leaves, which is fine. But, it's not like she made her point. She did the thing that Sir Emmerich wanted her to do, but like 100-fold by saving an Elysian child. Lord Edmont runs up to the Hoplan and basically like, "Did I hear things right? Did a white dragon swoop out of the sky and pluck a child out of the air?" And Sir Emmerich is like, "Yes, that just happened, and it's a day Ishgardians aren't soon to forget. Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich?" Edmund asks. "The world the Ishgardian people have known for 1,000 years is changing, and it's changing very quickly. Their feelings of confusion and doubt, these are to be expected, but we can count on more joining hands with the deniers and engaging in rebellion. What he doesn't want is their lasting peace with the Dravanians built upon the bones of their countrymen, nor on their own. And he turns to Sir Emmerich. I see much of Orchefant in you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son. And Sir Emmerich is like, oh my God. It's a great moment.
If you talk to Y'shtola, Jen, she tells you that she was contemplating using another teleportation spell.
Oh, fuck.
On Muley.
I mean...
She's addicted. She's got a hammer now.
It's the only... Right? I mean, honestly, in her toolkit, that's like the only thing you can do to save somebody in that situation. And it is a last-ditch fucking effort because they could die in the live stream. They could get teleported into a lake of lava or, you know, in the middle of the Amalja camp. Like, who knows, you know? All right, so after all of this excitement, we are Alfino, Thancred, Y'shtola, and me. And Alfino says he's going to stop in on Tataru to give her a little update, say hello, say goodbye. And Thancred is like, I want to go with you. If I leave before saying goodbye to Tataru, she will never forgive me. The three of us start walking out, and Y'shtola is like, excuse me, Warrior of Light, a word, if you please. And she asks us if we noticed anything different about Thancred. And we have three options here.
He's got no eye.
He's got no eye. His clothes are so much better. So much better. They're kind of piratey. He's got like a white leather colored double-breasted vest with like leather, like the skirt thing they all have, you know, like the waist cape, you know, pants, thigh-high leather protectors, because they're not boots, because then he actually has boots on. It looks like he's got two pairs of boots on.
Yeah, there's gaiters.
Okay, there you go. They're thigh-high, the gaiters, and then he's got his pirate boots with like the big turned down turtleneck that is reminiscent of a pirate boot. I don't know what it's called, but I think you all get the picture. Anyway, we have three options here. We can say, oh, he seemed to handle himself really well with the Bandersnatch, or he got along well enough with Hilda. Ship. Or we can say, you know what? Yeah, I just can't put my finger on it. So I choose that. Because, yeah, he's still kind of snarky, but he's different. It's the ponytail. I don't know. But Y'shtola is like, yeah, he is different. You know, the ether around him has been irreparably changed, damaged, etc. And she wonders if maybe he's lost his ability to use magic. And she's kind of reconciling this theory with what she's observed so far, in that, you know, Thancred has basically lived an analog lifestyle since he left the live stream. He's like fighting with fucking rocks. He can't travel by teleportation or any other means just than by on foot. And when he realized that Ravana was back, all he could do was kind of wait around for us to show up. But again, no, this is all circumstantial. There's no definitive evidence that that is actually the case. So don't say anything just yet. Like, okay. So then we all go to Fortomp Manor. And Alfino is giving Tataru an update on, like, all the things. You know, she's like, oh my God, and then Vidofnir swooped in the sky and saved the girl. And like, man, I couldn't have planned anything better myself. And we are joined shortly by the Fortomp boys, rather. Artoirel, he's not a boy, he's a man, baby. Who is it that was like, oh my God, that Lord Artoirel? There's some NPC that we've encountered who has a huge crush on him. And I can't remember who it is. Anyway. So Artoirel shows up.
Jin?
Maybe. He is fine. It's just like, who do I prefer over Lord Artoirel, though? Besides Emmerich, obviously. He gifts us our own House Fortomp shield as an expression of gratitude. It's like long overdue. But that's not the only reason why he wanted to talk to us. He announces that his father is going to renounce his title as head of the house. Rumors are swirling that Count Edmont was somehow involved in a coup d'etat, and renouncing his title will absolve the house of suspicion and earn back the support of their peers, namely houses Durandare and Zmail. And he knew this day would come ever since he was a boy, but now that it's actually happening, he's kind of freaking out. And we look at him and we're given an option. We can tell him, we can look at him silently, or we can tell him to be a knight is to serve. So I tell him that. To be a knight is to serve. And that seems to bolster him a little bit. And he smiles and he's like, you sound just like my father. And it's also likely something Orchefant would have said as well. And we were a sister to Orchefant. Will we be one to him as well? And we say, absolutely. And that's that. And so he says, I didn't write this down, but he's like, with me, Amenelaine, we have much to do to serve our house, to serve Ishgard, and to serve, I don't know, the world. I don't know.
Sir Emmerich.
To Sir Emmerich. Okay.
To serve Sir Emmerich.
To serve Sir Emmerich. But this is like, let's go, men. And Amenelaine is like daydreaming this whole time. And he's like snapped out of it. And he's like, I don't want to do any of those things. He doesn't say it, but you read his face. And that's what he's like. He's like, fuck. So then he just walks out. And our Torel is like, to think we share the same blood. Fair.
The end, except for the post scenes.
Yes. PS number
Fade
1.
out. PS number 1. We appear in some strange library. Urianger is there.
Urianger is there.
As is a white-robed Ascian, Elidibus.
Well. No. I mean, technically, yes, but... So
yes, it's a question for one line, Jen. Thank you.
But you gotta set up the scene, man. Let's bring some tension into it. Urianger, he's in a super secret library somewhere. It's so secret and so forbidden that there are chains draped in front of the books on the shelves.
Maybe it's the Charlayan library, forbidden section.
Either way, there are chains padlocked in front of the books on the shelves. And he's reading something, and he says out loud, "This is thy proof? The Garen oracles? Apocrypha." And then the mysterious voice says, "It is a truth long forgotten, a tale of the beginning and of the path we have been set upon." And then we see Elidibus walks into the room, and he's followed by the Warrior of Darkness. "Our fates were ordained long ago, Archon. The Garleans are no exception, nor the Triad. You know what must be done." And Urianger just stares at it. PS number 2.
No. Also, Jen, now who's getting shamed?
Me.
The Warrior of Darkness notices something and looks over his shoulder, and someone with some mystery shoes is peeping.
Mystery shoes.
And when the Warrior of Darkness looks over, they're gone.
They're gone.
Someone's peeping on the peepers.
It's Alize. It's Alize's shoes.
Forgot to return this book.
Yeah.
To the Charlayan Colonies Library. Now's my chance.
Well, she's like, she's definitely hanging out with Urianger. They got lots of, they have been.
She is not.
Well, since the Binding Coils, I think she's been hanging out more with Urianger to, unlock secrets of the primals.
Explicitly not, because he's doing traitor shit. He can't have a buddy.
Oh, she's spying on him. She's like, what's Urianger up to? She's just peeping, and then she catches him in a secret rendezvous with Elidibus and the Warrior of Darkness. Oh, scandal.
Anyways, these shoes have an unknown owner.
Oh, they're
no idea whose shoes those are. They got like little curls on them on the front.
Oh my god.
They could be anyone's curls.
They're definitely Alize's.
Wow.
They're super unique shoes. Okay. All right. Maybe it's not Alize. Okay, not Alize.
Now you're like,
spying on
you can't say it's Elidibus. It's not allowed. Now I'm being coy with the peeper, and Jen's like, no, it's fucking Alize. I got no proof, but I'm right.
I have all the proof I need.
You got shoes.
I got shoes.
Shoe proof.
Yep.
Anyway, so scene number 1 over. Postscript number 2. We are now in a desert cave, not unlike that in Eastern Thanalan.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a couple of familiar figures. It is Papalymo and Ida. They're alive.
You did it again!
Oh my.
So, okay.
How is it ambiguous who they are?
Well, it's a blonde woman in a outfit receiving a report from like a masked Highlander. There's obviously some kind of incursion being orchestrated here. And there's others in this rugged outpost, this rugged desert outpost, and there are people who are similarly garbed in like gladiator subligar and harnesses and masks and shit, and they're running around doing things, moving crates. And then a Lalafell approaches the blonde woman, and it's Papalymo.
An unknown Lalafell. We can't say his name, Jen.
I know. Well, as soon as he shows up and says something, the text box is like, it's Papalymo.
Holding our disbelief hostage for 0.5 seconds.
I was hoping that we would get an Ida face reveal here, but we don't. Just mystery blonde woman. Well, it's Ida, but yeah.
We saw her eye last time.
We saw her eye.
It was blue.
Pretty fucking sweet.
Swing. The mystery blonde woman has spoken to the masked man, and she goes to check in with the unknown Lalafell. She says that everyone has their orders. The masks will attack as soon as all units are in position. The Imperials won't know what hit them.
When she says the masks, it's capital T, capital M. Like
yes.
This is some kind of organization. Yeah.
Yes. And Papalymo's like, it's going to be messy. And she's like, it better be.
By Ralger.
And Papalymo goes, we can't stay here forever. We have other responsibilities. And she's like, fuck you, you're not my dad, but you kind of are.
Right? But she's like,
for real.
She's like, I know what all my responsibilities are, and I'm going to handle them.
Yeah.
And the tone, Ida's whole tone here is completely different than what we're used to with Ida. She's kind of flighty, she's kind of airheady, but here she is like...
all business.
Right, yeah. That's the end of the patch.
That is the end of the patch. All right, Jen, this is a good segment. Both this and last time, good stuff.
Yeah, we're moving along. Lots of strife in Ishgard. I'm glad that the clergy are up to classic clergy bullshit. It really adds to the immersion. Sir Emmerich is alive and well. Huzzah. We found Thancred. Big news. I mean, there's still a lot more to come, so.
There is.
Yeah.
There are 4 whole expansions as of today.
No, patches for heaven's word, man.
I know.
I'm not thinking that.
I know.
Good God.
Oh my goodness.
Get serious. 1, 2, 3. Wait. Stormblood, Stormbringers, and a Margaret Dawn Trail. Oh, yeah. Shit. Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
And in about 8 months, 5.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting.
It is exciting.
So exciting. I'm so glad that's going to hit in like the dead of winter, because what the fuck else were we doing?
A lot of stuff, Jen. Like playing Final Fantasy 14.
Boom!
Anyway, yeah, a lot of humor in this section worked for me, like strongly, which normally does not hit for me if they're like making one-off cracks, but a lot of it did.
Oh, yeah. Thancred being back, finally there's someone who has a sense of humor and injects a little bit of sarcasm.
Not that, but also like the Monastery Nutkin, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty comical
it's
there.
It's not all about Thancred. That was just one element of
It's about his nuts.
And, when Hilda was like, who's the grizzled old rogue standing over in the corner, after we all like get our marching orders and we leave, Thancred is like, grizzled, sure. Old,
Happens to all of us, Jen.
Yeah, sooner or later.
All right. Well, that's all we have for today, I assume. Next time, we are talking about the monk job quest in Heavensward.
I've done nothing.
Time to get bustin', Jen.
Yeah.
Why don't you channel your Ida?
I guess.
Not one bit of motivation for that.
No! That's like, monk is really the only job, like that and scholar. I just don't touch them. But now I gotta.
Now you gotta. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you,
Take
Levi.
us out, please.
And that will do it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for listening. And don't forget, every Saturday night at 9 p.m. on the Discovery Channel, tune in to Thancred and Afraid. If you want to get in touch with us, you can at podreturnffxiv@gmail.com. We are on the Blue Sky at the same tag. Check the show notes for our Discord. You can join up and meet some fabulous people, talk to them about life, join some group runs. There's a lot going on, so check it out. And a link to the official pod t-shirt where Levi did the artwork. There's a Major General on it, because of course there is. Last but not least, our Patreon, patreon.com/podreturnffxiv. Shocker. And we got a couple of tiers going on. For $1 a month, you get access to all the bonus content that we put out. That includes the seasonal events from 14, the tabletop RPG, mahjong, other things that are tangentially related goes there. And for as little as $2 a month, you get access to our bonus series, Sightseeing Log, where we play other games, basically. Last season, Levi played Final Fantasy XI, and this season I'm playing Final Fantasy VI for the first time. So, check it out. And with that, we hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a good day or night, and we will see you next time.